All right, here we go. Today we have three New York legends in the building.
Yeah.
Rell,
Yeah.
J.R. Ryder,
Yes,
and DukeDaGod. Welcome back to Vlad TV.
Appreciate you for having
Thank
us,
you for having us,
Vlad.
Vlad. You already know what it is.
Listen, all three of us go back.
That's
Yes,
facts.
Rell, you were around during the first parts of Vlad TV. Your last interview with me was 2009.
That's a fact. I was just looking at that. I said, oh, shit, that's crazy.
2009. Duke, I think you were around the same time when I was going out to Joel's studio to do interviews with him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And, JR, we've always seen each other, but our last interview was 2022.
Yeah. Facts.
All right, we have a lot to talk about, but first of all, let's talk about the new album, Double Trouble.
Yes, sir.
What was the reason that you guys actually put this together?
Well, me and J.R. Ryder always been like going back and forth on the Diplomat projects, DukeDaGod albums, shit like that. So we said, it was always in the making. We just didn't get a chance to do it. So
Yeah, the fans always felt like we meshed well
right. So
as far as what we do and bring to the table. And DukeDaGod is a genius when it comes to beats and direction and things like that. He got his own albums that are classic as well. So
Facts.
it just made a lot of sense.
Yeah, and plus the timing was just perfect.
It was perfect,
And it
Vlad.
feels like it's a big void to fill as far as New York goes.
Right, so Duke, you're actually executive producing this album.
Yes, I am. You know what I mean? One of the DukeDaGod, collections. You know what I mean? DukeDaGod presents,
Okay, now, in terms of features, T.I. is on the album.
We ain't gonna jump the gun, but we were supposed to get in the studio with, shouts to Tip, we were supposed to get in the studio with Tip about a couple weeks ago. We had to cancel that and reschedule, but you might, you might hear some dope features on there, including T.I., but shouts to T.I.
Okay, so T.I. is not necessarily on the album.
We just don't want to jump the gun and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Because he should have been.
Okay.
We were supposed to make it happen, but we had to reschedule.
Okay, so is there an official release date?
February
Yeah,
6th.
February 6th.
Oh, okay, so it's like a month and a half, almost 2 months out.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just shot the first video yesterday. We just finished wrapping it up for the single. The single's called Double Trouble.
Okay, so is the track list actually solidified right now, or still kind of being worked
Nah,
out?
we still working on some.
Yeah, we
tracks.
like 60, 70%. We work fast, so we got a session at night.
I mean, it's really technically done if we really wanted to, but you know how last minute songs and songs that need to make sense, stuff like that.
All right, now Duke, you've actually discovered a lot of big producers over the years.
Yeah, I definitely did. My biggest producer I discovered was A-Rap Music. You know what I mean? I discovered him at like 16 years old. You know what I mean? I thought he was a futuristic. He was ahead of his time. You know what I mean? And I've been working with him for until 18, and then that's when he started really producing for Cam and me and just a bunch of artists.
He did his first beat for me.
JR and Rell, you know what I mean? So he did a bunch of records at like 18, and then we that's big when the EDM joint had popped off, and he became like a dynamic force in that era right there, you know what I mean? So, he used to go on shows and do tours and big festivals and, shit like that, you know what I mean? In that world, so, and he's still producing right now, so big records.
Right, so with your connection to producers like that, like who's actually producing on this album?
We got A-Rap on the album. We got a few
Okay.
different producers, up-and-coming producers.
Cartoon.
Yeah, cartoons.
Devontae,
Ron Browse.
Ron Browse got a mean joint on there.
We
you know
waiting
what
on
I'm
some beats from Pete Rock. We got a few heavy hitters.
Yeah, Pete Rock sounds dope with you guys.
Yeah, that
I
would
can just
be-
imagine
yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, and I feel for someone like that, it's almost like, the Nas album with Premier. I feel like people are really, hungry for that sound again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just did a whole complete 360 turnaround out of nowhere, which is kind of dope for artists like me and J.R. Ryder, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Dope, man. Now, look, you can't announce the features, but will there be a Dipset reunion of some sort on this album? Because this seems like the perfect time to do it.
It would be dope, you know what I mean?
Gotta talk to Duke, Vlad. That's Duke Department.
It would be dope,
Right.
but I think I think it's a little bit too soon for that. You know what I mean? You know, not just quite yet. You know what I mean? You know, it's a lot of wounds and things. You know, so I think they got to heal first. You know what I mean? You know, so I don't think.
Yeah, but to be fair, as someone who's seen the whole ride, there's always some level of conflict somewhere. Like, two of y'all will be cool, and then the third will fall out, and then they'll get cool again, but then the first person will fall out, you know, and people get sued and so forth. Like, I just seen it happen over and over again with Dipset for some reason.
Right. I know it's crazy. Being a part of this shit is a roller coaster in itself, but you know.
But it happens to every group though. And throughout history, you know, that doesn't even matter who it is, you know what I mean? It's always something, you know what I mean? So, you know, it's always some turmoil in groups.